So guys, in the last session, we have been seeing about the methods which are associated with the list class. So we have been seeing what is a list, what is going to be a list we have been got discussed. So list is going to be nothing but as of now, guys, as of now, we have been discussing that it is going to be nothing but a collection of some values. But actually speaking, it is going to be a collection of some objects actually. Later we'll make it understand it actually, guys, what is going to be the objects and all these things, we'll understand it. But anyhow, in Python, anything, that means everything is going to be treated as an object. An object is defined from a class. So whenever we say normal other languages, we say that it's a variable of a data type. But here we are going to say that it is going to be object of a class type actually. So every variable you create is going to be an object actually. Every variable, any variable you create, it is going to be part of an object only. And that object we are going to be using, it's going to be created from some particular class. It is going to be gets created actually. So that is one of the thing, that is going to be one of the thing which we can talk about this particular, the concepts of data types actually, the concepts of objects what we are talking about. Okay, so that is going to be all about that is going to be all about how we are going to be gets working with this particular objects. Yesterday we have been already covered with, which is going to be nothing but a list object is what we have been got discussed about that. So we have been discussed about something about a list object we have been got defined about that. Okay, so that is a one which we have been already discussing, guys, and that is the concept of how we are going to be gets working with that. So once again, we'll make a smaller discussion about that. We'll make a small discussion about that, and we'll conclude the concept test. And then we are going to be concludes that particular concepts. We'll conclude the concept actually. So once again, if I categorize them, I told you about totally 10 methods. I have been told about that. 10 methods. So whenever we want to add the elements, so as we have been discussed, like which is going to be append, we have been got discussed this. And after that, we have been discussed about an insert, and we have been discussed about the extend. So how they are different, I told you about that extend. So append and insert is going to be appending the objects. Extend is going to be appending, which is going to be something like what we can say is they are going to be appending, which is going to be something like, and what we can say is appending the objects, which is going to be the individually there are appending the objects actually. Whereas whenever it comes to, which is going to be, whereas it is going to be comes to this particular application, that is going to be nothing but the extend. It is going to be appending multiple objects that are going to be appending actually. They are appending multiple objects that are getting appending actually. That is what we have been seeing as of this particular, the extend method we have been got discussed about. Okay, so these are going to be some of the things what we have been seeing. How to append the elements, we have been seeing about that. These are going to be nothing but they are removing they are appending they are adding some elements to the existing list actually. They're adding something to the existing list. They are going to be adding it actually. Yes, that is what we have been discussed as part of this particular technique. So whenever it comes to the next level, comes to the next level, so we have been seeing how to remove the elements actually. Yes. So to remove that particular elements, what we have been got discussed about that. So to remove that particular elements, we have been seen about the another three methods, which is going to be clear, and the other one is going to be pop, and the other one is going to be nothing but it's going to be remove actually. This is going to be doing, which is going to be removing the elements actually. Clear is going to remove all the elements at a time, whereas whenever we talk about this, it is going to be removes based on the index, and one is going to be removing, which is going to be something like n, which is going to be based on the what we can see is, which is going to be based on the value based removing, and other one is going to be nothing but index based removing. So like this, we have been got studied about a different methods and all these things we have been got studied about that. So that is the one thing what we can talk about them. That is one thing we can talk about them. And after that, we have been got discussed about some other methods actually. Some kind of a generic methods are there. Like whenever we want to sort the data actually, whenever we want to sort the data, there is a sort method is going to be there, and there is going to be reverse is going to be doing. Reverse is going to be just reversing the elements actually. Reverse is going to be reversing the elements, it is going to be reversing actually. Sort is going to be just sorts the data either in the ascending order or either in the descending order, it is going to be do that actually. So that is one of the thing, we can talk about them. So like this, we are going to be having a multiple options are going to be there actually. Yes. We are going to be having some kind of a multiple options, which we are going to be working with them. And if you want to count how many times a particular value existing, it is going to be count. And it's a kind of a generic functions actually, guys. One more is going to be nothing but it is going to be an index actually. So totally we have been studied. Totally 10 methods we have been got studied about. Totally there are going to be 10 methods actually. 10 methods we have been what we have been got discussed as part of this. Okay. So now the next level is going to be next level. Whenever we talk about the next level, like which methods are returning the values, which method does not return the values. Some of them are going to returning the values, guys. Some of them are not going to return any values. So they will do the process. They will do the process, but they don't return any values actually. So let me identify which one will return, which one does not return actually. So just let me just mark them with some different colors actually. Append won't return any value to you. Insert also won't return. Extend also won't return. They do the operation, but they don't return anything output on the screen. If you want to identify, we have to if you want to verify whether it is really appended or not, we have to go to the object and then we have to verify that whether it has been appended or whether it is inserted or not. We have to verify the object only. Normally they don't do that, but we have to verify them actually. Yes, that is what we have to do. Now, whenever it comes to the clear method, whenever it is going to be done with the clear method, clear is going to just remove all the elements from that particular list. But after that, they don't do any, after that, they are not going to do any such kind of an, they don't return any output on the screen actually. So that is also going to be one of the technique what we are going to be talking about. So clear also does not return any output. Clear also does not return an output. Pop returns some output actually. So pop is going to tells you what value that has been got removed. Pop is going to tells you which value has been got removed. It is going to tell you about that particular object. So as usually sort and reverse also, that does not return any value. Count will return, index will return actually, guys. Because count is going to be counting how many times a particular value is existing. So finally, if you see, guys, out of these total methods, only 3 methods are returning some output to you. Remaining whatever the methods we discussed, they don't return any output to the, it does not return any output. So simply they will perform the operation. I'm not saying that they don't do anything, but they performs its operation. If I said clear, it is going to clear the elements, but it does not do any operation with them actually, guys. It does not performs any, it does not returns any output on the screen actually. That is what, that is going to be what we are going to be talking about. This technique, what we are going to call it as, these are the methods actually. Okay. So that is going to be one of the thing, that is going to be the one of the thing which we can talk about them actually. Okay. So these are going to be the methods, and we don't have any attributes actually, guys. For list, we don't have any attributes actually. We don't have any attributes for that particular list actually. Okay, and after that we have been discussed about how to index and how to slice them. Indexing and slicing, these are some of the techniques which we have to work with this particular applications. Okay, so that is going to be complete application, guys. Almost it has taken somewhere around 3 to 4 days to complete, because one day we have been discussed about object oriented, one day we have been discussed about the slicing techniques, and one day we have been discussed about it has been methods we have been discussed. Like that, we are going to be having a multiple options what we are going to be having it actually. So we are going to be having some kind of an a multiple options what we are going to be using. Okay, so that is going to be one of the thing we can talk about them, guys. That is going to be one of the thing which we can talk about them. Now, once if you hope all of you have been understood, all of you are able to understand what is going to be method and what is going to be the object, what is a class, and what is going to be slicing, what is going to be indexing. See, guys, indexing concept is not, it's not done only with the slicing and indexing concept actually. So in insert, we are going to be using the index actually, that's right. Here we are using the index. Even in the index, finding the index also, we are talking about where to start, where to stop. All these are going to be some of the techniques what we are going to be using. Okay. So that is going to be all about this particular techniques actually. It's all about this particular techniques we can talk about. So once if you understand this method actually, that means once if you understand this method, then the next method is going to be, that means method means once if you understand this concept, the next we are going to be discussing something about which is going to be another object we are going to be start discussing about this. So we are going to be discussing about another object what we are going to be discussing about. Very simple method, a simple object actually, yes, that is going to be not a much complicated one also. If you understand that, if you understand what is going to be the list, automatically understanding this is going to be a very easy one, which we can talk about. So what is that particular technique? What is the next object we are going to be discussing? So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to discuss with me. I will discuss a little bit more about it. Okay. The next object which we are going to discuss is, guys, which is going to be nothing but it's a tuple actually. Guys. List and other one is going to be tuple. It's also kind of a sequence only. These are all what we are going to call it as sequences, guys. These are all what we are going to be it is going to be what we can see is, which is going to be what we are going to call it as a tuple what we are going to be gets working. This is going to be the tuple what we are going to be gets working. All these are going to be what we are going to call it as sequences. All of them are going to be nothing but there are going to be sequences what we are going to be gets talking about. So I'll tell you, you'll finally understand what do you mean to say sequence, which is going to be what are going to be the particular sequences and all these things which we are going to be gets working. So what is exactly the meaning of this particular tuple actually? Tuple is also going to be very similar to the, which is going to be very, very similar to the list object. Very similar to the list object. Same, it is also going to be collection of, which is going to be, I can simply say that what is going to be tuple. It is almost all it is same, guys. It is not same as a list actually. If it is same as a list, then why do you get two objects actually, isn't it? So why do you require two objects whenever it is going to be working with the list actually? So coming to this, simple to say that it is going to be same as a list, but a small change actually. It is going to be nothing but it's a very small change actually, guys. What is the change? The change is going to be nothing but it is going to be immutable, guys. It is going to be immutable. I told you a term actually, mutable and immutable. Mutable means which we can modify, guys. Can you see, guys? List is there. So once you created the list, we are able to append, we are able to insert, we are able to extend, we are able to change them, guys. We are able to clear, we are able to pop, we are able to remove. A sort is making some changes to the list. Reverse is also making. All these are making some changes to the list actually, guys. Only two methods are there, which does not affect the actual list. Count does not makes any changes to the list actually. Index also does not makes any changes to the list. It only returns, it is only just counts how many times a particular value exists and returns a value. Index is going to be just finds out where is going to be, whatever the position is going to be there, and it is going to return the value. But coming to this tuple, but remaining append is making some changes. It is affecting actually, guys. Your actual list is getting affected. Inside is getting affected. Extend is getting affected. Clear, pop, remove, sort, reverse, everything is going to be affects the actual objects actually, guys. There will be affects the actual objects, isn't it? There are going to be affects the actual objects are going to be gets affected actually, guys. Okay. Now coming to this particular application actually, guys. Now coming to this particular application, what we are going to be gets talking about. What we are going to be gets talking about actually, guys. So whenever we work with this kind of an applications, it is going to be nothing but it is an immutable. Immutable means once you create it, we cannot further modify it. We cannot further modify it actually, guys. We can't modify anymore. We can't modify anymore actually, guys, isn't it? So you know what is meaning of an immutable? Mutable, immutable. List is a mutable object, guys. We are able to modify it actually. You can add the elements, you can remove the elements, anything, whatever you want, we can do it actually. But whenever it comes to this particular, whenever it is going to be comes to this one, that is going to be the tuple, we cannot modify it. That is what we are going to be gets calling it as n, which is going to be the immutable object actually. Yes. That is what we are going to call it as n, the immutable object, what we are going to call it as. Okay. So now the thing is going to be nothing but, what we are going to be gets talking about here is how to create how do you create this particular tuple actually, guys? Very simple, guys. Very simple. To create a tuple, what you are going to do is, guys, just create a tuple just by using, and create a tuple by using, which is going to be nothing but the parenthesis actually, guys. Over. So it 10 minutes, guys. Tuple is going to be just a 10 minutes. If you really understand it, it is going to be hardly a concept of 10 minutes concept actually, guys, because I need not to discuss it. So it is going to be created tuple by simply by using a parenthesis actually, guys. Simply by using parenthesis, you can create this particular tuple actually. Okay. So what is the difference actually, guys? It is going to be mutable and it is going to be immutable, like something like a constant value. Once if you create it, we cannot modify it actually, guys. Once if you create it, we cannot modify it. So you cannot add the elements, you cannot remove the elements. We can't do anything actually, guys. Only thing is you can read it, but we cannot modify it actually. That is what exactly we are going to be talking about this particular application. That's it, guys. So obviously I can easily understand. I think I need not to write it actually, guys. Append is trying to append some element to the list. So append cannot be used. Insert can't be used. Extend can't be used. All these methods are making some changes, guys. We can't clear, we can't pop out, we can't remove, we can't sort, we can't reverse. Then what we can do, only two options, guys. Count and index can be do. Only two options actually, guys. Count and index. If you verify, it will show you. Only two methods will be there. What are the two methods? Which is going to be, one is nothing but counting the value. And as usually, index is going to be nothing but finding the index from the given value, from the given index, and where to stop, wherever you want to, from where to where we have to specify that. Only two methods will be there actually, guys. This is what we call it as a tuple. That's it actually, guys. Slicing, indexing is everything is common. Slicing, indexing is everything is common. When you slice a list, actually, guys, obviously outcome is going to be again a list actually. And you know that whenever I say slice a tuple, output is going to be again a tuple. So if you slice a tuple, again we are going to get a tuple as an output, isn't it? So when you cut a piece from that particular slice, from that particular object, again the outcome is going to be, again it is going to be tuple only. So that is what exactly we are going to be using this techniques, what we are going to be calling it as. So just have a look at this, how to create this particular, the tuple and all these things, what we can see it actually, guys. Let me open the ideal actually, guys. Let me open the ideal. Yep. So this is going to be our ideal actually, guys. It's going to be our ideal. So hope all of you have been started working on them, guys, slowly. So slowly you start working with them, guys. If you're already familiar with them, well and good. If you don't, if you're learning the Python for the first time, or if you have been never seen, this is the first time you're learning Python, start working on them. Some people may have a little bit knowledge on that, but may not be that much experts. You can also, guys, those guys also, you start working on them actually. Look at this one, guys. X is equivalent to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Y is equivalent to, which is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. It can be homogeneous as well as heterogeneous, guys. Actually, I'm using the same values, but we can use a heterogeneous also. Can you see? X and Y. What is the difference between X and Y actually, guys? What is the type of the X, comma, what is the type of the Y? You need not to take two statements, guys. In a single statement, you can do it actually. In a single line, we can do it actually, guys. Type X and type Y. So X is going to be nothing but it's a list type. Y is going to be nothing but it's going to be a tuple type actually, guys. Can you see the tuple? So print the value of X. If you print the value of X, you can see that it is a list. Print the value of Y, it is going to be a tuple. So tuples are enclosed within parentheses, whereas the list is going to be enclosed within square brackets actually, guys. Okay. So one more thing is slicing. Everything is the same actually, guys. Y of which is going to be 2, y of which is going to be -1. So same techniques actually, guys. Y of 2 is to 3. Whenever I said 2 is to 4, we are going to be getting starting from the second index, and second and the third index will come. But one small point, guys. Whenever we slice a tuple, output is going to be again a tuple. X is a list actually, guys. If you slice a list, output is going to be again a list only. Notation is the same notation only, guys. Square brackets only we'll use for both of them. For slicing, indexing, we'll use throughout the Python, guys, not only here. Even in our coming classes also, wherever you are doing a slicing and indexing, everywhere we use a square brackets actually. Everywhere we use a square brackets. But basically when you're representing the data, square brackets are basically used for a list. Can you see, guys? Y of 2 is to 4 and X of 2 is to 4. Results are the same. The only difference is when I slice it from X, it will be a list. Whenever I slice it from Y, it is going to be tuple actually. Now you said X dot actually, guys. X dot. I told you I'm going to use as a different methods. I told you, no, 11 methods are there, but I have been discussed only 10 methods. I discussed about that because one of the method is going to be nothing but it's a copy method, which I have been discussed about that.
Sir?
Yeah, yes.
Sorry. Just I confused a list. You given the type and X and
yes.
Y, right?
Yes.
But both are same X and Y values,
no,
but how is
values are same. This is square brackets. This is going to be parenthesis.
Okay. Square bracket and parenthesis. Yeah.
Yes,
got
square brackets and parenthesis.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so if you use square brackets, it will becomes a list. Whenever I use a parenthesis, it is going to be tuple. So
yes,
in
sir.
Python, it's a very small difference. Even we cannot identify them. For new people, you cannot identify it actually. It looks like it is going to be the same only.
Same thing happened to me because I didn't identify that square and parenthesis.
Yeah. It's a slight difference will be there. So that makes a difference.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
okay, fine. Okay, let us go for the implementation, guys. So once if you say X dot, you can see very clearly there are some append method is there. There is a clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse, and sort methods. But whenever I said Y actually, guys, Y dot, you see only and only two methods will be there, guys. Count and index. I told you clearly, nothing to hide. I can't hide anything from you because everything is going to be open here, guys. So it is going to be an open source. Everything is open. Everybody can see them actually. So in other languages, I can say that there are only 4 methods are there, learn them. But nowadays, it is not like that. Everything is going to be, everything is going to be auto completion. IDs has been came into the picture. So there are going to be working more actually, guys. See, you know the concept actually. I think once again, I'll recollect once. So y dot count of 10, it is going to be 1 time. But if I said y dot append of 10, we can't append one more 10 actually, because tuple object does not have any such kind of an attribute called as an append method. We don't have it, guys. Whenever I said y dot clear, you can't have it. Y dot clear, we don't have a method. Y dot, you say x dot clear, it will works. Hope you understood the techniques. I think now you got a little bit idea about what is a method. So method is nothing but a function only, which is associated with a particular object type only, or which is only associated only with a class type only. So clear is there. Clear is associated only with the list class. So any object of a list class can use the clear method, but whenever it is a tuple, I can't use it actually. Whenever it is a tuple, I can't use it because tuple is going to be nothing but it is an immutable object. So even I shown you actually, guys. Okay, no worries. I can say x dot extend, guys. Extend, I'm saying that. It is going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. At a time, I can do it actually, guys. This is x. I said that x of 2 is equals to this value. X of 2 is equivalent to, I can modify it actually, guys. So if I said only x of 2, we'll get the result. But whenever I said x of 2 is equals to 300, the value of 2 will be, the second value will be modified to 300 actually. Can you see? It has been got modified. 30 has been modified to 300. You can, this is, you know this now, guys. This is nothing but a get method. This is going to be nothing but your set method. So you're getting the value, you are setting the values. You can get the value, you can set the values. But try to do with the same application with the y actually, guys. y of 2 is going to be 30. If I said y of 2, if that is equivalent to, for example, 300, you are going to get an error saying that very clearly. Tuple object does not support item assignment. A tuple object does not assign, does not allows you to perform a kind of an item assignment, cannot be gets done actually, guys. So that is the one thing which we can talk about this particular item assignment actually. So that is going to be the one of the technique what we are going to be using. So we can't modify. Once it is created, it is fixed. Once a tuple is created, it is going to be fixed actually, guys. Equals to assignment operator, no? Yes, it is an assignment operator. If I said double equals to, that is going to be comparison operator. Y of 2, if I said double equals to 300, it is going to return say true or false. Equals to is nothing but assignment operator, just like in other programming languages. Okay, fine, guys. So that is going to be the tuple. That's it, guys. That is going to be the tuple object actually. So generally, whenever, mostly we'll use both of them actually, guys. But whenever you don't want the, that means whenever we don't want to allow the others, or whenever you don't want to modify that particular, allow to modify that particular object, you go for a tuple. Whenever you want to allow to modify, then we are going to be using this kind of an append, the list method we are going to use this actually, guys. Okay. So anyhow, we'll see their implementations one after the another. We'll see. We are learning the concept actually, guys. But later we are going to see the implementations of each and everything. We'll see them actually. Okay, guys. That is going to be about the tuple object. That's it, guys. 10 minutes, not more than that. Okay. Anybody, guys? Any questions? If you have any questions on the tuple, guys, we'll have a small discussion and then we'll move forward actually.
So tuple also can give any kind of data types.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can do it actually. So same like a list only. So if I said x is equals to or y equals to, just you can say 20, you can say true, you can say it is an hello. Same like a list only. There is nothing difference is there. And let us say something like an 30.57 it is called. So only thing is it is enclosed here like this.
Yeah,
this is the value. We cannot modify it. That's it.
Okay.
Fine, guys. This is going to be about the tuple. So next object is going to be a little bit time-taking process. It's only time-taking, but it is not a complicated one. It is not a complicated one. That is going to be nothing but what we are going to call it as a set object. We are going to be talking about that set. So normally in other languages, like when you see C++, Java, or some other .NET, you may have never, list may be there actually. List and tuples will be there. In other languages also we have it actually. But generally, whenever I set the set means, generally we don't get any idea about them because we never heard about the set in almost any language. We never heard about the set. But whenever I say set, that is going to be generally comes to our mind is maths will come. The mathematics concept, sets and relations topic will come. So whenever I say set, it is going to be union, intersection, minus. Okay. It's going to be subset, superset. These are going to be some of the points that comes into the discussion. Just generally those will comes to your mind actually, guys. It is absolutely the same one actually, guys. It's absolutely the same one. It is your mathematical set. We used to set A and set B. And hope you remembered how do you represent this particular sets actually. In mathematics, how we have been represented the set object actually, guys. So set A equals to, we'll say A equals to, will you put some kind of an curly brackets like this, guys? Isn't it, guys? In mathematics, we have been used this kind of an options only, right? Isn't it? So A equals to something like this. B is equivalent to nothing but 30, 10, 20, let us say 60, 20, 10, 20, 30, whatever you want, we can have it actually. Hope you remembered A union B. I'm not writing the answers, guys. A intersection B, and what is going to be A minus B, something like that. So to perform these operations only, guys, we'll use the set object actually. We are going to use the set object, what we are going to be uses. So what is basically a set object actually, guys? It's a slightly different from the previous two objects. Set and tuple is going to be one kind, almost all same kind only. One is a mutable and one is going to be immutable. Set is also going to be mutable, guys. It's going to be mutable. That means once you create a set, you can add the elements, you can remove the elements, whatever you want, we can do it. But what is the difference between them? it's going to be mutable, but it is going to be what we are going to call it as an unordered list of unique values actually, guys. It is an unordered list of unique values actually, guys. That means, what do you mean to say an ordered and unordered actually, guys? In our list and tuples, whatever the order you place, the same order is maintained. I'm not saying that it is going to be ascending descending order actually, guys. I'm not talking about any ascending descending order. Whatever the order you enter, for example, if I say 10, 20, 30, 40, when I ask you to print, again it will print 10, 20, 30, 40 only. So whenever I put some data in some 40, 20, 10 and 30, output is also going to be 40, 20, 10 and 20 only will get the output actually. There is no change in the order. Whatever the order we inserted, same order is going to come as it is. But whenever it comes to this particular list object actually, guys, whenever we come to this particular list object, there is a slightly difference will be taking place. Sorry, the set object. whatever the order you give and whatever the order you get is completely different. And one more thing is going to be, it's a unique values actually, guys. That means even actually in mathematics, you can write like this actually, guys. But as part of this Python set object, we cannot write these kind of things. That means you can write it. I'm not saying that we can't write it actually, guys. We can write it, but it does not allows you actually. That means it will allow only the unique values only, but it does not allows you the multiple values. It does not allows that. So mutable, which is going to be unordered list of unique values. That is what do we mean to say about the set object actually, guys. That is going to be what about that particular set objects. And how do you create it? Same technique actually, guys. Created by using, which is going to be same like your mathematics. It is going to be by using curly brackets actually, guys. So see, guys, square brackets is over. Guys. Parenthesis is over. So only in our keyboard, guys, whenever you talk about the keyboard, whenever it is going to be, I'm talking about left square bracket, right square bracket, left parenthesis, right parenthesis, left curly brackets and right curly brackets. These pairs, there are only 3 pairs are there. We don't have any other pairs. This we don't call it as a pair actually, guys, because that is generally called it as an left, which is going to be maybe less than greater than operator, or we are going to be saying that which is going to be what we are going to be saying this is, which is going to be angular brackets actually, guys. Square brackets, and these are going to be some kind of an angular brackets, what we are going to call it as. Okay, leave it, does not matter with that, but generally we don't use this one because less than greater than operator we are going to use this actually. Okay, so mainly these are the 3 pairs we are going to use: square brackets, parenthesis, curly brackets. That's it, guys. Even if you observe carefully, nowhere I'm using the word. I'm not using any keyword like which is going to be, I'm not using any keyword actually, guys. Like I'm going to be saying that list, tuple, something like a tuple set. I'm not using any such kind of a keywords actually. Simply, I'm going to say that which is going to be what we can say is, which is going to be the curly brackets, just the square brackets, and just which is going to be something like n, which is going to be the square brackets, curly braces, and the parentheses. That is only what we have to use it actually. Okay. So once again, guys, it is a mutable object. We can modify them. We can add the elements. We can remove the elements. But the only problem here is it is an unordered list of unique values actually. It is an unordered list of unique values actually, guys. Have a look at this. Once if I said S1 equals to, or S is equivalent to, some otherwise we'll say S1 equals to, guys. S1 is equivalent to nothing but just put the curly brackets there. It's the flower brackets actually, guys. So which is going to be, let us say, even if I give it actually, guys, 20, 10, again at 20, 30, 40, whatever the data you give it actually, guys. How many times you give it, it does not matter actually, guys. 30, again at 30, 40, 50, it is going to be 20, 10, whatever you say it actually, guys. Okay, what is going to be the length of the S1? So you know this, guys. Length is a function actually, guys. So you know that why I'm calling the length is a function. So we are using the length as a general functionality. By using the length, I'm finding the length of n, which is going to be list I'm finding the length of A, which is going to be a tuple. Even actually, I didn't find it, but you can find the length of which is going to be the tuple actually. Now I'm going to be finding length of the S1 actually, guys. You may have how many elements? Maybe 12 elements are there, 13 elements are there, but it is always only the unique elements only. How many unique elements are there? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I think so. So it is going to be nothing but we'll get the output as going to be 5 actually, guys. You will be getting the result of going to be, which is going to be 5 actually, guys. Print S1. It is completely different order actually, guys. It's completely different order. That's why we said it is going to be unordered list of unique elements. Even if I given duplicate values, it didn't accept it. It didn't accept it, but it does not, it didn't raise any error actually. Second thing is going to be nothing but whatever the order we given, the complete order has been completely changed. That's why we call it as an unordered list of unique elements actually. Okay, same technique as one of the important point is slicing and indexing is not allowed on the set object. You can easily identify why it is not allowed actually, guys. Why it is not allowed actually, guys? Because we don't have any proper indexes. Whatever the index we given is different. Whatever the index we are getting is going to be different actually. So slicing and indexing is not allowed on that particular list, on this particular set object. So what is not allowed actually, guys? Indexing. You cannot do the indexing actually, guys. Indexes are not available. So I cannot say that what is there at the second index, or starting from second index, I want to get 4 elements. We can't do it actually, guys. Indexing and slicing is going to be not allowed. They are not allowed on the set object actually, guys. You cannot say which is going to be S1 of 3. So if I want to get the third element means, I cannot say it like this S1 of 3, we cannot say it actually, guys. So it is saying that your set object is not a subscriptable. We cannot get it actually. S1 of which is going to be 3 is 2. We can't do it actually, guys. S1 of -1, which is going to be S1 of which is going to be -1. All these are not allowed actually, guys. Because there is no proper index is going to be gets maintained. We can't maintain a proper indexes actually. Okay, so that is going to be one of the idea of this particular, this one. Then what about the methods? What about the methods actually, guys? I'll again, something like I will recap. So just 2 days before, we have been done something like an 3 plus 4j into 3 minus 4j. We have been got discussed 2 days before. So somebody said that, so it is kind of a recapping going back to the school days. So again, we'll again go back to the school days actually, guys. Okay. First, I'll tell you some simple methods. After that, we'll talk about the other methods actually. First, we'll talk about a simple methods. Can you add the elements to the list? Yes, we can add it by using a method called as an dot add actually, guys. Dot add. It is not append, it is not insert, it is not extend. It is only just an add method actually, guys. We can add, but where it is added, it won't be added wherever you want, guys. Like insert, we can't decide. Like it, like an append and something like an extend, they don't add it at the end actually, guys. We don't know where it will add. We don't know where it will add actually, guys. It is going to be dot add, give the value actually, guys. What it is going to do is we know that it is going to be adds the value to the set actually, to the set object. We can add it actually. So I know that duplicates are not allowed. If I try to add an element which is already there, it does not make any changes. It does not throws any error. It does not throws any error actually, guys. Though I said that it is a unique values, even if we enter duplicate values also, even if you enter a value which is already there, it does not throws any error. Simply that is not going to be accepted actually, guys. It is dot add and just give the value actually, guys. And just give the value actually. Only one method is there, guys. For adding, there is only one element, one method is there. We don't have any append, insert, and something like an append and extend like your list. We don't have any 3 methods actually, guys. We have only one method which is add. For a list, we are having append, extend, and we are having insert. For tuple, we don't have any methods for adding actually. Okay. Then how about the removing actually, guys? Same method. We are having something called as a remove. Remove the value actually, guys. Generally in our list, what we'll say is it is only going to remove only the first occurrence of the value actually. Because in list we are chances is that we are going to be having multiple values. But in set object, we can't say that first occurrence actually, guys, because in set objects, we can have the value only for one time. Okay. The next one is going to be nothing but only pop actually, guys. No index is there. Concept is same only, guys, but there is no index is there. There is no index is going to be there. We cannot pass the index, guys. For a set object, I cannot say that I want to remove the last element. I want to remove the second element. I want to remove the fourth element. We cannot do it actually, guys. But pop method is going to be the same, which is going to be returns, removes and returns actually, guys. Remove is going to only removes, but pop is going to be removes and as well as returns that particular value actually. But which value is going to be returns? Normally in other cases, guys, in list method is there, it is going to be removed from the last, but in set object, it removes from the first actually, guys. It removes from the first element. First, it is going to remove actually, guys. Slightly different, but it does not, we cannot provide the index actually, guys. There is another method is going to be there actually, guys, which is going to be nothing but we have a method called as an discard. Discard and the remove, both of them are going to be same only, guys. Same, almost all it is the same only. Both of them are same only, guys. The only difference here is in the case of remove, if the given value is not there. So if the value is not there, actually what it will do, guys, it removes the value. It removes the value, but the value must be existing in the set actually, guys. Must be in the list. I'm clearly observe carefully, guys. The value must be there inside the list. If it is not there, it throws an error. What is discard will do actually, guys? Discard is going to be nothing but removes the don't say values, you say remove the value actually, guys. Removes the value if it is in the list. If it is in the list. Hope you understood the difference actually, guys. Discard and remove is going to be a small change, guys. If the value is not existing, remove is going to raise as an error. Discard, whether it is there or whether it is not there, if it is there also, it won't, it does not makes any noise. It does not returns anything to you. Pop is going to returns, guys. Pop is going to be nothing but we know that it is going to remove as well as it is going to returns. It is going to return the value actually, guys. Return the value. Which value? The first value will be removed. But discard does not returns anything, even if the value is there. Even if the value is not there also, it does not raises any error at all. It does not makes any noise at all actually, guys. So add, remove, pop and discard. These are the almost all the same methods like whatever we are having for the list actually, guys. Okay. Remaining is slightly different actually. Remaining is a slightly different. Remove is there, same like a list and same like a tuple. Sorry, not tuple, same like a set. Pop is slightly changed actually, guys. For a list pop, we can provide whatever the index you require. But a set pop, we cannot decide whatever the index you require. Discard is there. Discard is also same like your values only. It will remove the values. If it is there, if it is not there, it just sits silently without raising any error or without making any noise. It is going to do it actually, guys. So first let us complete these 4 methods. After that, anyhow, there is a copy method is there. I'm not discussing about the copy method as of now, guys. As of now, I don't discuss. Later we'll discuss about the copy method actually. Okay. So copy method is already there in list, which I never discussed about that. It is not there in the tuple. No worry about that. But again, when it comes to this, then it is going to be nothing but whenever it is going to comes here, then it is again going to be comes in the set object. It is going to comes actually, guys. So these are going to be some of the things which we are going to be talking about. Okay, have a look at this one, guys. S1 dot. S1 is having 5 elements, guys. S1 dot. You can see it actually, guys. Add is there. Okay. I forgot to tell you about the clear method also, guys. You already know the clear method. So clear method is going to nothing but we already know that it is going to remove all the elements from the list actually. So all the elements from the set actually. Sorry, it is going to be written as a list. It is going to be set object actually. Removes the value if it is in the set. Removes the value and it must be in the set actually, guys. Okay. See, guys, S1 dot add actually, guys. Add an element to a set. Add an element to a set. For example, if I add 60, where it is going to be added, we can't say it actually, guys. Somewhere you can see there, before the 30, it was added actually, guys. S1 dot, which is going to be add of 30, it won't add anything actually, guys, because the 30 was already there in the set actually. If it is already there, it does not make any extra values. If it is not there, it will append actually, guys. S dot, which is going to be nothing but, as I already told you about the remove of 20, sorry. S1 dot, which is going to be remove of 20. 20 is already there, it was removed. But we all of you know that remove does not return anything on the screen. Now you can see there is no more 20s there. There is no possibility of having multiple 20s also. Only one single 20 will be there. Next one. S1 dot, which is going to be nothing but, again, if I said remove 20 actually, guys. This time, can you see the difference actually, guys? Remove an element from a set, it must be a member. It's mandatory, guys. It must be a member. It is saying that it must be a member. Compulsory, the value must be there actually, guys. Without having that, we cannot have that. Without having the value, we cannot do it actually. So that's why whenever I try to remove this 20, we are going to get an error actually, guys. Whenever I try to do this, we'll get an error actually, guys. We'll get an error actually. Can you see? It is saying that I didn't find any such kind of an key, which is going to be 20 in the, I didn't find that particular 20 as part of this particular data set actually, or in the set, we cannot see it actually, guys. Why? Because I cannot see that particular 20 here. But whenever you want to do the same thing, S1 dot, we are having a method called as an discard method is going to be there actually, guys. What is the discard will do actually, guys? Remove an element from the list if it is a member. So what do you mean to say, guys? If it is not there, if it is there, it will remove. If it is not there, it does not raise any error actually. Can you see? When I said S1 dot discard of 20, whenever I said S1 dot discard of 30, both of them didn't done any output on the screen. But first case, it didn't remove. Second case, it removed the 30 actually, guys. 20 is not there, 30 was not there. But remove is not like this, guys. If it is not there, immediately it fires out, saying that I didn't find that particular value actually. Okay, so that is the difference between discard and the remove method. As usually, S1 dot, which is going to be pop. You can't provide any index actually, guys. 3 or something, you can't give it. Can you see? Pop argument, pop does not take any argument at all. S1 dot pop. It is removing and returning actually, guys. 50 was removed. You can see, guys, 50 was removed. Next, whenever again if I said S1 dot pop, then it is going to be nothing but it is going to be 40 will be removed. S1 dot pop, which is going to be nothing but 10 will be removed. Whenever I said S1 dot pop, 60 will be removed. Whenever I said S1 dot pop, I'll get an error actually, guys, because currently the pop is trying to work on an empty set actually, which is not a possible case. Pop is going to be from an empty set actually, guys. That is going to be the idea of how we are going to be gets working with this particular pop method actually. So remove, pop, clear, all the applications we know that. So that is going to be the idea of how we are going to be gets working with that. Clear, I need not to tell you guys. S1 dot clear. Clear does not returns any error, guys. So this simply, when you try to pop and remove, if it is empty, we'll get an error. But here S1 dot clear does not returns any error. Its elements are there, it removes all the elements. If elements is not there also, it does not returns any output action. Okay, so have a look at this one, guys. S1 dot add is there, clear is there, copy I didn't discuss any, guys. Discard is there, and even we are having something called as an pop, and we are having a remove. There is no sort and all these things, but the methods are not there actually.
Sir,
yeah.
Sir, through pop, we can also remove the value by passing the value through pop.
Can you repeat it? Your voice is breaking.
Sir, actually, I wanted to ask that if we pass any value in pop.
No. It's an indexed based.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Pop is only indexed based. It's only indexed based. In set, we can't provide the index, but in the list, we can provide the index actually. Okay. Fine. It's an indexed based, purely indexed based.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next one, guys. Now let us go for. There are some more methods are there, guys. Still, there are so many methods are there. So don't think that there are going to be more and more complicated are there. Nothing is there actually, guys. Normally, we know, like whenever we represent the Venn diagrams actually, guys, there is a set A and there is going to be set B. So this is set A and this is going to be set B. In mathematics, you've done a noise. What is A union B? You are going to be representing with the help of a Venn diagrams. What is going to be A intersection B? So we are going to be having the set A and we are having the set B. So the common area actually, guys, this area is going to be what we are going to call it as A intersection. Next, again, we have a set A and we have a set B. So this is a set A and this is going to be set B. If I said A minus B, from the A, we have to eliminate wherever the A portion is there without having the B actually. So you remember the implementation of them actually, guys. In a class of 50 students, 20 students like, let us say, cricket, 30 students are going to be like both football and cricket. So how many people will like only football? Those problems is done only with the help of these particular sets and relations only, guys. What is B minus A actually, guys? B minus A is going to be nothing but the portion of the B where the A does not lies actually. So this is A union B. This is going to be A intersection B. This is going to be A minus B. And this is going to be, it is going to be B minus A actually. Yes. It's going to be nothing but it's a B minus A union B and A intersection B. So in mathematics, we'll write union as a U symbol, intersection as a inverted U symbol. But in computer science, in computers, we cannot write it like this in a computer. So what are the methods we have it actually, guys? A very simple methods, guys. It is going to be, if you want to go for union, guys, directly we have a method called as an union. This is the way we have to write it actually, guys. Set1 dot union S2. This is the style actually, guys. In mathematics, like mathematics, I cannot write like this. No, you cannot write like this. S1 dot union S2. If you want to do the intersection actually, guys, S1 dot, which is going to be intersection with S2. Same as it is S1 dot, it is going to be minus. We don't say minus actually, guys, but we are going to be saying minus is also called as a difference, which is going to be S1 difference S2. So mathematically, it is equivalent to S1 union S2, guys. Mathematically, it is equivalent to S1 intersection S2, guys. And this is mathematically equivalent to, which is S1 minus S2 actually. Then if you want to do S2 minus S1, what we have to say, it is going to be S2 dot difference of, which is going to be nothing but it is S1. So this is a way which we are going to be using the styles actually. So this is union, guys. This is intersection and this is minus action. So just for a practice, just spend some time, guys. Just you have to take some sets and we have to work with them, guys. We have to take some sets and we have to work with them actually. Okay, S1 is equivalent to, guys, 20, 10, which is going to be 50 and 30 actually. It is going to be one set actually, guys. No need to give duplicate values. Even if I give duplicate values also, it does not accept the values actually. It does not, it won't take it actually. So 40, 10, and it is going to be 20 actually, guys. Just for understanding, I'm taking the values, guys. These are the two values, guys, two sets, S1 and S2 actually. Now you want to find out what is going to be A union B or S1 union S2 actually, guys. S1, we are going to be having union with S2 actually. Very clearly, the documentation is very clear, guys. S1 union S2, return the union of sets as a new set. It is S1 union S2 actually. We know the results. I can't say what is the order. In mathematics, generally, we'll follow the ascending order actually, guys. But here it won't follow. The result is 10, 20, 30 is common, guys. 40 is there in set 2 and 50 is there in set 1. So S1 union S2 is going to be nothing but all the values, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. S2 union S1 is not a difference actually, guys. So you know that which is going to be an associative property. S1 union S2 or S2 union S1, result is the same actually. What about S1 intersection with S2 actually, guys? You know that it is going to be common values actually. S1 intersection with S2 and as well as S2 intersection with, which is going to be S1 actually, guys. Result is going to be the same result. 10, 20, 30 is going to be the result what we can see it actually. So 10, 20, 30 is going to be the intersection and the 10, 20, 20, 30 is going to be the intersection. X1 intersection S2, S2 intersection S1 is going to be remains the same actually, guys. Then, then it is going to be, what is the other one actually, guys? It is difference actually. You know that S1, which is going to be difference with, which is going to be S2. That means the elements which is there in S1 but not there in the S2 actually. So you know that 10, 20, 30 will be cancelled. What is there in S1, but which is not there in S2? So obviously it is going to be 50 actually, guys. But whenever I said S2 minus S1, then result is going to be 40, because we know that A minus B is not same as the B minus A. So there are not going to be an associative property actually. So S2 difference S1 is going to be 40, and S1 difference S2 is going to be nothing but it's a 50. Not both of them are not the same, but S1 intersection S2, S2 intersection S1 is going to be the same actually. That's it actually, guys. These are going to be some methods what we are going to be having. And do you remember what is going to be subset and what is going to be superset actually, guys? Subset and a superset actually, guys. So we know that what is meaning of a subset actually. For example, if A is a set which is internally contains the set B actually, guys. So B is a part of A, then we'll say that B is a subset of A, or A is a superset of B actually. Like for example, A is having some elements like, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, for example. And B is going to be having some elements like 2, 3, and 4. Then you know that B is a part of the A. Every element of B is a part of the A. So B is going to be a subset of A, and A is a superset of the B actually, guys. Now here also we have a same technique. You want to check whether set 1 is a subset or a superset of S2. I want to check whether these values are there or not there in that. So if these values are already there, then it is called as a subset, and this is called as a superset actually. So what we have to do this, guys? We have two methods are there, guys. It is dot is subset actually, guys. We are asking, you're asking actually, guys, is S1 is a subset of S2. It will just checks out whether the S1 is a subset of S2, and it is going to return say true or false. We're asking actually, guys, is it is a subset? Next, same as it is it is a superset? It is also going to return true or a false actually. So is S1 is a superset of S2? If S1 contains the S2 set, then S1 is going to be what we can call it as superset. S2 is called as a subset actually. Hope you remember there is a one more is there actually, guys. Is disjoint. What do you mean to say disjoint means, guys? There is no common values between A and B actually. That means indirectly A intersection B is equals to empty, guys. A intersection B is going to be nothing but empty actually. So there are there are something like a testing methods actually, guys. They are like something like a testing methods actually. They're like a testing methods actually, guys. Is it is a subset? Is it is a superset? Is it is going to be disjoint? So when is a disjoint actually, guys? When the two values, the two sets does not have any common values, then there are going to be what we are going to call it as a disjoint. And subset and a superset actually. When S1 contains the S2, when S1 contains the S2, S2 is nothing but subset. S1 is going to be nothing but superset actually. But here S1 and S2, both of them are going to be completely independent, guys. S1 is not a subset of S2 because 50 is there extra. S2 is not a subset of the S1. So none of them is a subset actually. Check it out. S1 dot is, I'm asking, S1 dot is subset. Is which is going to be subset of. Is subset of which is going to be S2. Can you see, guys? Returns whether the other set contains this set or not. I'm asking about S1 dot is subset of S2. Is S2 is containing this S1? It is false actually. Is S2 is a subset of S1? No. So none of them is a subset actually, guys. S1 dot, it is going to be is subset of, which is going to be nothing but S1 actually. That is also going to be false. What about S1 dot, which is going to be is superset actually, guys? It is going to be is superset of S2 actually. Even S1 is not containing the S2 actually. S2 is not containing the S2. Is there any common values? Is there any common data is there? That means intersection values. Yes. We are asking, is disjoint of S2 when it is going to be S1 and S2 are disjoints, guys? Whenever completely both of them are going to be having no common values are there. But S1, S2 is having some common values are going to be there actually, guys. S1 and S2 is going to be having some kind of an, which is going to be a common values are going to be there actually, guys. That is what we are going to be talking about.
Can you give one more example in subset of true?
Can you repeat it?
Subset and superset. Can you give the value will be true? Example. Because based on
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you have the data, then it is going to be gets doing this actually. Yes.
Okay.
If it is going to be if it is going to be doing that, if it is going to be there, we can do it actually. Yes. Okay. If it is not there, it does not do it actually. It may be true when, for example, S1 is equals to, we are having the values like, which is going to be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is there. Let us say that. And B is going to be, S2 is going to be having the elements like, which is going to be nothing but, S2 is going to be having the elements like, which is going to be, what are the values we have it actually, guys? Like S2 is going to be having the elements like, which is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Then it is going to be there. Now S2 is a subset, right? Is S2 is going to be nothing but is subset of which is going to be S1. Then we can say that the result is going to be true actually.
Okay, but above 30, 30, 30, 20 are there. Still it is failing.
No, subset means every value must be there. 50 must be there.
Oh,
40 must
okay,
be there
okay,
here.
okay. Parent
What is meaning of,
okay.
yeah, every
Got
element
it.
should be there.
Got it.
Total elements must be there in the S2. Then only it is a subset. Yeah,
Okay.
10, 20, 30 is there, but 50 is not there actually.
Okay.
Even S2 is also not a subset because 10, 20, 30 is there. 40 is not there actually. Now
Okay.
S1 is a superset, S2 is a subset actually, right? Okay. Now see guys. Now I'm asking, is S2 is going to be nothing but, is it is a superset? No, it is not going to be superset actually, guys. Why it is not going to be superset actually? Because S2 should contain all elements of S1 actually. But S1 is a superset actually, guys. S1 is going to be nothing but, it's a superset actually. S1 dot is, which is going to be superset of S2. Yes, because S1 and S2, S1 is going to be contains all the elements of that. But we know that every set is going to be superset of itself, and every set is going to be nothing but subset of itself only. Every set is going to be subset of itself only now, because both of them are going to be true. S1 is a superset of S1. S1 is going to be subset of the S1 actually. No, it does not matter. In sequence, in the sets objects, sequence does not matter at all. Sequence is not going to matter at all. Okay, don't get confused with that. It does not matter with that. So it is only just for a random randomly we have been taken 5, 2, 1, which is going to be 3 and a 4 actually. And S2 is going to be nothing but we have taken 1, 2, and a 3. So it does not matter. Still S1 is going to be, is a superset only. S1 is going to be superset of S2, that is going to be true. S2 is going to be nothing but, it is going to be nothing but, it's which is going to be subset of, which is going to be S1. That is also going to be true actually. Got it, guys? Okay. And what is disjoint actually? Disjoint means that there should not be any common values actually. So let us say that S1 is equals to 1, 2, 3. S2 is equals to nothing but, S2 is equals to nothing but, it is going to be 4, 5, 6 actually. Then if you see S1 dot intersection, S1 dot which is going to be intersection of which is going to be S2, it is going to be completely, it is an empty set actually. Yes. It is going to be nothing but it's a completely, it is going to be an empty set actually. Okay. So whenever it is going to be, the empty set, what we are going to be gets doing this actually, guys. Whenever it is going to be the empty set, what we have to do it actually, guys. They are called as a disjoint. They are called as a disjoint sets actually. S1 dot is, they are going to be disjoint of S2. We are going to be getting it as a true. Even S2 dot, which is going to be is disjoint, it is going to be is disjoint of S1. Both of them are going to be the same actually. So it is going to be mathematical view actually. So it is going to be mathematical view. The nothing concept is there. If you know the mathematics, you can see that. So it is going to be nothing but, see guys, intersection, difference, union, and it is going to be is subset, is superset, is disjoint. These are going to be the some of the techniques what we can talk about them. Okay, now guys. Okay, actually there is going to be a small concept is there actually, guys, a small concept left over. So anyhow, it may takes a little bit time to understand them. So tomorrow we'll discuss about this particular. So there are some another 3-4 methods are there actually, guys. It's very simple. Just a 5-10 minutes only it will take it. So I just don't want to go for an hurry. So tomorrow we'll discuss it, because anyhow we have a tomorrow sufficient time is there, because the leftover topics are going to be, what are the topics are, guys? It is going to be set, remaining part of the set we have to discuss. And there is another concept called as an frozen set. And we are going to be having a dictionary object actually. So tomorrow it may not take the complete 1.5 hour class, guys. Maybe just hardly set and frozen sets will take another 15-20 minutes, guys. 15-20 minutes it will take it. Maybe dictionaries will take another 15-20 minutes. It does not take more than that. After that, we'll conclude some concepts will be concluded. So hardly, okay, if it is take some time, I'll take the time, guys. Otherwise, just 1 hour, I'll take the classes and tomorrow we'll end up them. And anyhow, Sunday, you don't have a class on Sunday. And Monday is also an holiday actually, guys, on account of Diwali. And you will be having the next class on the Tuesday. So Tuesday we'll start with a little bit, and advanced levels we'll start up them, guys. Whatever we are discussing is a complex basic concepts only. We'll start with some like a complex concepts and advanced concepts. We'll start with them, guys. So on Tuesday's class, we'll discuss about something like this ID is not a convenient for us, guys. This whatever the window we are using, this is not going to be convenient. Okay. So on Tuesday's class, I'll tell you about whatever the different types of IDs are there. And we are going to start using a tool called as a Jupyter notebook. We are going to use this actually, guys. This is going to be a Jupyter notebook actually, guys. Okay. So here we don't type it actually. There is a separate option is going to be there. Anyhow, we'll see that application later. Not only Jupyter notebook, I'll also give an idea about different types of IDs, which one is a better, why it is better, who will generally use this. All these things we'll see it on the Tuesday's class. Tuesday's class is completely related to IDEs. And then I'll start with almost all the practicals on the Wednesday's class. We'll start up with them, guys. Okay, fine, guys. Yeah, PyCharm you don't recommend, guys, because as a data scientist, as a data analyst, we don't prefer the PyCharm actually. Okay, PyCharm is generally used by the Python developers, generally who completely works on Python. They use as the PyCharm, but we use as a Jupyter actually. Okay. Fine, guys. And tomorrow, actually by tomorrow, guys, we are almost all we are closing the batch actually. So no more new students. If anybody is there also, it is up to their interest. That means in next coming week, if anybody sees the ad and sees that they want to start learning, and if they want to join, they will join it directly. We don't explain them. We don't take any backup classes and all these things. That up to their particular interest. Anyhow, we are planning to start a new batch at morning 7 a.m. Very soon, within maybe a 1 week or 10 days after the festival, we start it actually. So from Monday's class, guys, that means from the Tuesday's class, it's a completely new link, guys. It's a completely new link will come, and new completely changes actually. And almost all will make up everything by the end of this week. All the drives and everything will make up everything will settle down. And everything will be settled down by tomorrow, guys. Before tomorrow's class only, I'll give the access to the drive. I'll upload all the documents and all these things. I'll show you in the classroom. I'll show you all of them. What are the PDFs and what are the notes and everything I will be sharing you. You will get there. And if anybody, guys, if I have not yet registered for the course, please get registered to just talk to my backend team, and please complete off your registrations and all these things. Because from Tuesday onwards, we are going to be having a new link will come. So the new link will be shared only for the people who will be registered from the next coming week. Tomorrow you will get the link. Tomorrow link will be the same. But from Monday onwards, from Tuesday onwards, a new link will come. That link will be constant, guys. That link will be constant actually. So that will be up to the end of the sessions. The same link will be there. In very rare cases, sometimes if the link is not working, they will change them. But every 1 week or every 15 days, they don't change it. It's a full version they are using. It's a licensed one, which does not expire. It's like every 15 days or something like that. Up to the end of the course, the same link will be there actually. Okay. Yes, the Zoom link only, the same Zoom link only, guys. Should we prepare for aptitude for job? It's not required. It's generally for aptitude, and all these things are basically for freshers. So we are going to be as an experience, we are going there. So if you are a fresher, they may be looking for, but if you are not a fresher, then the aptitude, reasoning, or logical, all these are not required for us. Okay, fine, guys. So that's it, guys. Yeah, I will. Yeah, Uday Sharma will be having a job assistance. Everything I'll help you till you get the job, whatever the support you require. I will be guiding you. I will be helping you, whatever the documents you require, whatever the help you require. So that I'm going to be taking care about that. Right.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, yes.
One more question.
Yes, yes, yes.
I hear when I discussed yesterday with my friend, there are different kind of flavors of like C Python,
yes.
Anaconda
We have it
Python.
actually. Yeah, we have it actually. So that is actually Anaconda Python is a Python distribution. It's not a flavor. It is actually C Python, Jython. We are having an Iron Python, etc., etc. So I told you because I didn't remember. That means whether you have been joined on the introduction classes of Python or not.
Yeah.
So I told that Python is going to be integrates with any kind of a language, and that I told you also, like which is going to be we don't want to become a Python developers here and all these things. Like if you want to write a Python code in a Java program, Java compiler cannot understand a Python code. So we require a compiler, what we are going to call it as a Jython compiler is going to be required. They are called as the flavors of Python actually. Whatever the flavor we are using is C Python.
Okay.
Whatever the flavor we are using is C Python. So we have other flavors are also there. Generally, if you want to mix up a Java code and the Python code, then we have to go to the Jython, which is going to be JPython. Previously, they called it as JPython. Now it is called as a Jython actually. Like if you want to combine a .NET code and this one, then we have to use, which is going to be Iron Python.
But the concepts will be the same.
Concepts will be the same. Just the flavors will be different. If you want to really work only with the Python, C Python is sufficient. If you want to integrate with any other language, then you require it. Otherwise, it's not going to be required.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
And those are not required because that is the reason why I didn't went into them actually. So we have a different flavors will be there. But Anaconda Python, anyhow, we are going to discuss on the Tuesday's class. We'll discuss about Anaconda Python. Anaconda Python is a Python distribution. It's not a flavor of Python. I'll talk about what is that Anaconda. Actually, I'm using that. I will use that one only.
Yeah,
it's going to be. We are going to be using Anaconda only. So we use this and we'll work on.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Uday Sharma, sir will be there. Yes, resume building sessions will be there. We'll guide up everything. Will guide up for the interview preparation and all these things. Yes, Satyaprakash, storytelling skills, which is going to be data visualizations. Absolutely, we have to require them. We are going to use that particular data visualization. We completely works on that particular data visualizations, data manipulations, all these things we are going to become more and more expertise on that actually. Okay, fine. Yes, it will works, but generally nobody will leave the government job and come and work for a and they don't plan, they are not interested to work for a private jobs actually, isn't it? So you are saying that it's a government job, so generally nobody is interested to come out from the leave the government job and come. It's a very rare cases. It's very rare cases because some people may be passionate about them, they want to work with them, but security wise as well as the workload wise, generally government jobs are going to be very you are going to be working very leisurely. You can work with them, but private jobs are not like that actually. So it works, it does not go far, but you have to explain why you have left your government job and come to this particular software jobs. If you can explain that, that will be good if you are interested. Generally, I think so. Nobody nowadays, as of the current situation, so nobody is going to be dare to leave the government job and comes to the private jobs. Yeah, because in software industry, we don't have any government jobs. Okay, fine, guys. Fine. So, guys, tomorrow we'll continue with the tomorrow's class, guys. Yes, anyone? Any questions, guys?
Nothing. Thank
Nothing, guys. Okay, guys. So, thank you, guys. We'll meet up tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll complete of the core concepts, and we'll take a 2 days break. One is a Sunday and one is an I'll tell you guys, Uday Sharma, I'll explain it. Okay, so how the resume and interview preparation will be done. We'll conduct them, guys. We'll conduct them. So like how to prepare your resumes, and what are the different concepts you have to study for the interview. How do you study them? We'll be putting some extra sessions for them actually. We'll put them sessions. Okay, fine. So guys, if anybody is there who has been not a registered, guys, please register, because the link will changes from the next coming classes to all the formalities, that whatever that particular registration process, all these things. If you don't want to have any disturbance, otherwise they will block, don't give the link. Only the paid people is going to get the link from the next week sessions actually, guys. Okay, so that is my small suggestion for you. So that's it, guys. You can start working on them. I'll update the drive tomorrow and I'll show you the drive, how the drive will be there, what access will be there. I'll share you those particular details in the tomorrow's class, guys.
Sir,
And
do
also
you
I'll tell
provide PDF?
Yeah, PDFs will be there. That's why tomorrow I'll show you then what materials I'll share and everything. Okay. And as well as how to get the Python videos also. I think some people has already got the access. So because as a complimentary who has been registered for the data science course, you will be getting some recorded videos of Python from Durga sir. How to get those particular videos also, I'll tell you in the tomorrow's session, guys. Okay. So thanks for today, guys, and we'll meet up in the tomorrow's class. Thank you all of you guys.
Okay, so thank